Hi, we meet again. Today I cycle to Ladies Bridge to see the condition of the River Don. Within a few days, heavy rain hit Sheffield. I heard on the news that the water level continues to rise. The journey from my house to Ladies Bridge is about 10 minutes. Let's enjoy today's journey. Do you know about the history of Ladies Bridge? Ladies Bridge is the oldest bridge across the River Don in the city of Sheffield. It is located in the central section of the city, linking the Wicker to the north with Waingate to the south. The original wooden bridge at this point was constructed close to Sheffield Castle sometime after 1150 under the orders of William de Lovetit. In 1485 the Vicar of Sheffield, Sir John Plaisance, and William Hill, who was a master mason, both agreed to build a bridge of stone, over the water of Dún neg the Castell of Sheffield, at a cost of about £67. The bridge had 5 arches, and was 14.5 feet (4.4 meters) wide. A small chapel, dedicated to the Virgin Mary, was built close to the bridge, and the bridge became known as Our Lady's Bridge. When built it could only be crossed by pedestrians as there were steps at either end of the bridge. The chapel was converted for use as a wool warehouse in 1547, to prevent its demolition as part of the dissolution of the monasteries during the reign of Henry VIII, and was subsequently used as an almshouse. Almshouse, formerly the chapel to Our Lady, was demolished to make way for the new structure. The bridge was widened on the downstream side in 1864, virtually obscuring the remaining original structure from view, and again in 1909, to allow trams to cross the bridge. It was restored in the late 20th century, and has been a Grade II listed structure since 1973. Once there was the Great Sheffield Flood. On the night of the 11th of March 1864, Ladies Bridge narrowly avoided destruction when the waters of the Great Sheffield Flood poured over it. Nearly every other bridge upstream in the path of the flood had been smashed by the waters and the debris that they carried. A contemporary account described the scene. When the flood was at its height, the scene on the Ladies Bridge at the top of the Wicker was most extraordinary. The water came rushing down between the buildings on each side with a force that made the Ladies Bridge quake and tremble. Against the bridge were piled up trees, logs of timber, broken furniture, and debris of every description. The light from street gas lamps revealed to spectators, of whom they were a good many, some of the horrors of the scene. The arches of the bridge were nearly choked by the accumulation of rubbish, and the impeded waters rose to a fearful height, breaking over the parapets of the bridge, and rushing across Mr. White's slate yard over the broad thoroughfare of the Wicker. During the 2007 United Kingdom floods, Sheffield was badly hit, and Ladies Bridge and the Wicker in particular. Ladies Bridge was overwhelmed with water as the Wicker and the Blanc Street Bridge were flooded, and Ladies Bridge itself was at one point reported to be in danger of collapse. The primary river that flooded in Sheffield during the 2007 flood was the River Don. The River Don does split into several other smaller rivers within Sheffield which flooded as well, but the driving force behind all of them was the high water levels in the River Don. June to July 2007 saw major rainfall throughout the United Kingdom. The rain reached such an intensity on June 25 that the River Don, which runs through the center of Sheffield, overflowed, resulting in flooding. The urban environment also contributed to the flooding, with paved surfaces helping to funnel water instead of absorbing it. The effects of the Sheffield flood of 2007 were widespread damage to homes, businesses, and the loss of 2 lives. The financial cost of repair is estimated at £50 million, with much more spent after the fact on infrastructure improvements. The most recent flooding in Sheffield was in 2019. Since the flooding in 2007, significant investments have been made to prevent the same sort of devastating event from occurring again. Multi-million-pound defences launched to prevent repeat of 2007 catastrophe. The scheme includes protection for homes and businesses between Malin Bridge and Pennystone Road, including Towser, B&Q, Hillsborough Fencing, Jewel Blade, Regent Court and Rudyard Mews, which was swamped in 2007. In total, the City Council says, 63 homes and 152 businesses are protected by the Upper Don Flood Alleviation Scheme. The £20 million Lower Don Valley Flood Protection Scheme was completed in 2017. Work continues on 4 others including the Sheaf Catchment, Blackburn Brook, Sheffield Watercourse Culvert Renewal Program and 3 brooks.
Takka